afternoon, everybody, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening with you. Very welcome for our Monday reading for the week ahead. If you're new here, very welcome to you. If you are part of the furniture, so to speak, much gratitude to you for sticking around. And then you would well know that Monday means we ask for guidance for the week ahead. What is it that we need to know most importantly right now? What energies are surrounding us? And is there any advice that Spirit can give? Okay, so I'm using my trusty deck of cards that you saw there, called the Mermaids and Dolphins. I've had them for years. They're probably one of the first decks I ever got, and they are just so great at giving really clear, concise, straightforward advice. When you really just need a plain and straightforward answer, this is the deck of cards for you. All right, so we're going to see what Spirit has to tell us today. I'm going to be asking first and foremost, just what is the general energy that we're dealing with this week, please? So what is the general energy that we will be dealing with this week? Or the theme? There we go. Explore your options. Okay, so it says it's time to look at other possibilities, and it's a good time to make changes. So looking at what we do on our daily, on a daily basis, the habits that we are cultivating, are they positive? Are they negative? Our behavioral habits, maybe to do with our health and well-being. Maybe there are behavioral things that we need to kind of work on. I always feel like when I see this card as well, there is somebody in our lives, especially an older person, that can maybe offer some pearls of wisdom. That's what I see when I see this particular card. And it's just, those things put things in perspective for us. Good advice often puts things in perspective for us. It often cultivates more emotional maturity with us, making better decisions in our lives. So I really think that maybe there's a different way that we can look at handling things in our lives, what we need to look at, just expand your horizons in everything that you do and all the possibilities in different situations. And I feel like this is particularly with hostilities, because I feel like there are still those energies around. We're obviously still in Mercury retrograde for a few days, and that makes communication difficult of all sorts. It makes us frustrated with technology and any other types of communication and information. Things seem to be really garbled, and like we just feel a bit misunderstood, or we're not getting our point across. So be mindful of that, because it does mess you around a little bit. Sometimes it even causes appliances to break down and all sorts of things. So try not to freak out for the next 2 to 3 days until there's something to freak out about. That's the best advice I can give, and the energies will be heavy. Try to take some negativity baths or negativity shower, using some salt to scrub your body down. Let the water rinse down your body. Let it go down the drain. Visualization when you do that. Also, when you take a negativity bath, make sure you've got some nice salt in there. Usually, ideally, some coarse salt or Himalayan salt, and some nice, maybe some bath oils or whatever you want to put in there. But imagine that salt pulling all the negativity out of you, your physical body, your energy body. And then when you pull the plug, all of that going down. And if you do have a shower head or something attached to the bath, it's good to rinse yourself off too and get all of that negativity off. Do that visualization. And obviously also it's good to rinse the salt off. All right, otherwise you're going to feel a bit dehydrated perhaps. All right, I have done videos on how to do that, so maybe I will just link them in the bottom of the description for you if anybody needs to have a look at that. Okay, so make some changes. Let's see where they need to be made. What else do we need to know, please, for this week ahead? I'm waiting until they all come out, which I don't usually do, but I was told to do that. Okay, consult an expert. This expert could be the older person that I said could, impart some knowledge, give you some really good solid advice, because they've walked the earth many more years than you have. It could be also somebody that you maybe work with that has some knowledge to impart. I just want to see which order these feel like they should be in. Perfect. Okay. All right. This just reiterates everything. Okay. So I've got the bottom of the deck here. I'm just going to show you. It also says helpful person. All right, and we'll discuss this in a second. But here you have consultant expert. More information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in this area. It could be someone at work. It could be someone that, you know, has published their own book or something like that, and this is something you would like to do as well. Whatever it is that you need to kind of consult this person about or ask about. And then it says a new dawn. So I feel like from making these changes, there might be simple little things in your life, but making a couple of changes, behavior modification, sometimes we have to admit that, hey, our behavior is not on point. We are being a bit harsh, or we are, you know, being a bit of a bully, or we are being too passive. It depends on your circumstances, but things need to be adjusted, and this is going to give us better results. This is what the new dawn is about. All right, and I think that when it says the worst is behind you and a new positive experience is on the horizon, I feel like this has to do with the current energies around us too, because it's been heavy. There've sometimes been heavy conversations, confrontations, separations, but it's energy that needed to move, and it was going to be able to move by having those confrontations. All right, and then it says ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. All right, I actually want to read this one for you. Let's see what it says. Even though you might not feel entirely ready, this card says there's no better time than the present to dive into your future. You're advised to take both big and small steps to move in the direction of your dreams. Push aside everything unrelated to your life's mission. Adjust your schedule so that the bulk of your time relates to your priorities and goals. Delegate tasks to other people or hire someone to assist you. Your responsibilities will still be met. You will be happier, you'll enjoy greater self-esteem, and you will attract more abundance in the long run if you jump in and follow your heart. Okay, so I don't know what that means for any of you, but I really feel like there is support in doing this as well. And here we have the card from the bottom of the deck which says helpful person. So you could be getting guidance from somebody who you know, is maybe you want to go see your psychologist, maybe you want to talk to your grandfather or your mom or your dad or your uncle or your aunt or your boss, or someone you see as a mentor in your life. Maybe you do want to get some spiritual advice, you know, whatever it is, wherever you feel you need it. Maybe you just want to do a self-help group, or you end up watching a YouTube video that's helpful. It can come through in so many ways. And again, it says explore your options and keep the doors of possibility open. When one door closes in our face, another door opens. We just have to be open-minded enough to know to take that opportunity, or to even recognize it in the first place. Don't project preconceived notions of what that door must look like, because it might be slightly different, and that's what's going to nudge you in the direction of the right path. Okay, it says someone wants to help you. Think of whom that might be and initiate contact. And I leave you all with that thought. I hope that you have a wonderful week further. Remember to take it easy. Take time to breathe. Take time to try and be in nature. Stay connected to the other side of the physical 3D. You know, stay connected to things that involve creativity and walking out in the garden or listening to the birds. Everything that's the other side of that daily grind that we have, and look where we need to change behaviors or habits, or where we can look for improvement within ourselves. And by doing that, we're not just judging ourselves and, hey, you know, saying to yourself, maybe you're a little bit harsh sometimes or whatever, but use those things to have a new beginning, to move yourself in a different direction, to make decisions that are self-honoring as well. And that can change the energy. That's what will be getting you moving in the right direction. Okay, follow things that you feel compelled to do. If you're frustrated and taking it out on people, maybe it's because you're not following your dream and you feel stuck and frustrated. Be willing to reflect and look at those things and ask yourself, why are you so irritated? What is it that's pushing you? It is the energy around us, but sometimes we need a little shove because we're not willing to confront things. And that's why we have these kind of energies around. And sometimes that means we have to have confrontation, but it's so that something can be resolved, or we can realize it's time to move on, or whatever needs to come from that. So be mindful of those things. Remember not to just point fingers, but be willing to look at ourselves, and in the same breath, looking at ourselves compassionately and saying, am I making choices that are good for me? Am I growing from this experience in a good way? Or is it just making me more bitter and miserable? Okay. As I said, wonderful week to all of you. Take care, and I hope that you find your path. Bye for now.